I'm constantly being asked about curry, so I figured, particularly for my kids, I'd show you how to make a curry. So these are the ingredients that you need, okay? In no particular order, we'll start with the vegetables. So you want to get an onion, you want to get some garlic, some fresh ginger. Fresh ginger is really good, you can't beat it. Tomatoes, squashy are better. If you get like older ones and squashy ones, they're better. These are a little bit unsquashy. Cilantro. If you like it hot, you want to put some peppers in. If you don't have to. You can put some chili powder in. I'm going to use a curry paste. That's not cheating. It's okay. It just makes it a bit quicker. Ghee is our medium. We're going to use ghee because it's going to be a keto curry. So for ketogenics, we're trying to work up the fat here. Whole coriander. You don't need whole coriander. It's a bit foo-foo. I happen to have some, so I'm going to put it in. You definitely don't need that one, but you do need these. Most important, cumin seeds. So these things are like little grass seeds, and they taste really good, and they make your curry come alive. Chili powder and paprika will give it depth of intensity of flavour and heat. Turmeric. It gives you colour. Now the thing about turmeric is you've got to cook it. Turmeric is really bitter if you don't cook it properly, so you've got to cook it, and it's really, really important. Cumin powder adds to the taste, but it also makes it really claggy, so you've got to be really careful. Just a little bit of cumin powder, you've got to put lots of oil and keep it moving around. I'm also going to slap in a simmer sauce, and again, it's not cheating to throw a sauce in. But it just gives you a bit more medium, it gives you a bit more body in it. I'm going to make a chicken curry, so I've got some chicken there, we'll chop up in a minute. But the first thing you want to do is get the spices weighed out and into a container. So I'll use this one over here and we'll put them in. So here we go. First up, cumin seeds, as I say, most important. The cumin seeds, I would put twice, whatever you're doing with everything else, I put twice as many cumin seeds in. So two teaspoons of cumin seeds. I'm going to go for 1 level teaspoon of cumin powder. As I say, that can get a bit claggy, so you've got to be careful. We'll go for a healthy teaspoon of turmeric. Don't get this on your clothes or on your skin, it'll make you bright yellow. Chili powder, really depends on how hot you want your curry. You can put a tiny little bit in if you want it just, just a mild curry. You can put a heaped teaspoon in if you want to kill someone. I'm going to put with a level teaspoon. I'm just looking to maim tonight. Paprika is that long, slow burn that you get with a curry. And on this one, I'll just go for like a half a teaspoon, I think. There we go. I'll put a teaspoon of curry powder. Like I say, you don't have to use curry powder, it's just that I add it and it gives it a bit of authenticity. And then the other thing I add that you don't have to use is coriander seeds. These have got a really nice kind of fragrant, fruity fragrant. And then I'm just going to mix all those up. Throw some ghee in the pan and we'll get it going. So I got my pan nice and warm, got the ghee melted, it's moving around nicely there, it's not too hot. So here's my herb, there's my spices, I'm just going to pop them in. I'm going to move these around a bit. I'm going to drop the heat right down. The one thing you want to do with this is you want to make sure that you don't burn it. Nothing's worse than burnt spices. It just totally ruins the taste. So I'm going to take this off the heat a little bit. And that's fine. If you could smell it, you'd know we're making a curry. So you already get the smell at this stage. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that for a few moments. Into the pan. There we go. So we'll put the seeds in. So now we'll throw in the chicken. Get that around a bit. You want to get about that much of a spoonful. I'm just going to prepare some vegetables, and the first thing I'm going to prepare is this cilantro. So if you chop the ends off and then get about an inch down the stalk, and then throw the stalks in with your curry sauce. And these will just get like rendered down to nothing, but you don't have to add a lot of flavour early on in the process. So it's a really cool thing to do. Put that back over the heat again. So I got some garlic here, chopped it up. I'm going to chop up this onion, a nice big onion, and we'll chop it up. 2 big cuts down the middle, and then lots of little cuts down this end. Gets it just nice. Same on this one, 2 big cuts down that side, and then can't really go wrong with an onion. I'm going to throw all this in together into the pan. There we go. There she goes. What we're going to do here is we're just going to sweat this. We're going to cook it. You can see it's really, really low. The idea is just to sweat the onions so that they get, you want it to be like a glazed. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. They go kind of translucent when they're ready, but there's no rush. Just take it easy with this. These onions will break down, and the flavour, you can already smell it now. It's really good. You basically top and tail them, and then you want to cut them really, really thin. If you don't want your curry hot, slice them down the middle and take out the seeds, because that's the hot bit. Okay. So if you're not sure, take the seeds out. If you're living reckless, just slice them nice and thin. And again, we're going to throw this in. It's going to get rendered in with the rest of the curry. So we're going for the hot one here. So we're putting the seeds in. And if you haven't got peppers, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. You don't need them. Just that it just adds a bit of zing to your regular curry. So we can throw these in now. Okay, so next up is ginger. You want to get a nice piece of ginger. Make sure that it's like rock hard. You don't want a rubbery one. You want nice and fresh. That's about the right size. It makes me a little bit too big, but it's okay. You want to take off the skin. It's like papery skin on it. Just peel it off or scrape it with a knife, and it'll come off nice and easy. And then what you want to do with your ginger is you want to grate it. So I've got a grater here. You want to use that tiny bit of the grater. And in the middle, it's like a sinewy quarter ginger. So we'll get everything except that bit. Be careful not to grate your thumbs into it, because it's not impressive if someone gets a big toenail or a thumbnail in their curry. This adds a fantastic taste. It has a great smell to it as well. The minute you put it in, it just starts smelling amazing. I think that's about it. I'm just going to put this straight into the pan. It's looking good. Okay, tomatoes. I said before you want squashy tomatoes. I found these in the fridge, and they're really old ones, and they're really had it. So these are going to be ideal. I'm going to peel them. And if you're peeling squashy tomatoes, you want the sharpest, wickedest knife you've got. Okay, this knife is now vicious. And there we go. We're going to peel these tomatoes without taking our skin off. Okay, here we go, chicken curry. If you're a veggie like Eva, you can make a vegetable curry. It's exactly the same, except you just don't use the chicken. You can use a vegetable. You can use lentils or cauliflower, make an aloo gobi, cauliflower and potato. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. So this sucker is a chicken curry. Size of the chunks of chicken is entirely up to you. You can do big ones, small ones, whatever you fancy. You'll notice different Indian restaurants have different size curry. It's like a different kind of chicken. Whatever works for you. What I'm going to do with these, we're going to pan fry them till they're nice and cooked. I'll just show you those onions now. Wash my hands. Our curry's looking pretty good by now. So we're ready to put the chicken in. So here it is. Drop it straight in there. It's a bit hard to work with one hand. And we're just going to stir that around a bit. What I can do at this stage is turn the heat up a little bit. Like a medium flame now. We'll get that chicken cooking. Our curry's making all the right noises here. Chicken's getting cooked nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a little circle in the middle of the pan. I'm going to drop in the curry sauce, and then we'll chop the tomatoes in and put them in. So I'm using this Patak's curry paste, and you can get this in any, it doesn't have to be Patak's. Any Indian store will have a curry paste. And you want to get about that much of a spoonful, bang it in the middle, just mix it in. And it's like a secret recipe. I don't know what it does, but it's good. It adds a bit of authenticity, there's no question about that. So, there's my tomatoes, they're what you call roughly chopped. I'm going to chuck them in with the rest of it. So you can use a tin of tomato. You don't have fresh tomatoes, or you don't have old squashy ones. You just get a tin of tomatoes, it works fine. And you can add in a bit more sauce and let it simmer. But that, broadly speaking, is a curry. That you could pass that off and no one would ever complain about that. So our curry's been cooking away here for about 15 minutes, and the tomatoes are rendered down and they've kind of made the sauce, which looks great. I found some carrots in the fridge, so I just chopped them in. I mean, the great thing about curry is you can throw whatever you've got into it. So I chucked some carrots in there. And then what I'm gonna do, so this, I mean, that is a standalone curry. That could be, you know, throw that on some rice or on some pita bread or whatever, and you've got yourself a nice curry there. Because I've got quite a lot of meat in this, and I wanted to go a bit further. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch in one of these simmer sauces from the supermarket. So I'm just going to pour this in it. And it won't be half as good as what we just made, but you know what, it's okay. We'll stir that in. And then you're just going to leave that now. We'll pitch in some cilantro. And the secret is to leave it, just to let it rest for a bit. Let it do its thing. And then you just warm it up before you're going to serve it. So that, guys, is how you make a curry. It's that easy. So there she is, all ready to go. Critically important, okay, that you serve your curry with beer. It's actually a crime in a lot of places in India not to serve curry with beer. And just a handy hint, put the bog roll in the fridge. Makes it so much better the following morning. Enjoy.